Hello and welcome to my third in a row at Facebook Live. Now, yesterday I had a few technical problems when I first started using the same tool that I've now chosen to use again today. So I'm slightly nervous about whether I am actually live. So I'm going to just go and check before we get in too far. Oh, look at that. I am. Hooray. It's worked. That's a relief. Well, this is a better start than I had yesterday. Excellent. So what I plan to do is hang around for about 3 minutes, just to let anyone who would like to join us live, join us live. If you are in fact watching this in the replay, then feel absolutely free to skip ahead to around the 3-minute mark and I shall see you there. So in the meantime, I'm going to actually just go and share this to my Facebook group, Business Class. If you're not already in business class, then do come and join us. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, look at that. I'm already in business class. This is working like a charm tonight. Fantastic. Okay. So, having this little 3-minute wait at the start allows me to have a little sip of my gin and tonic as it's Friday evening here. Those of you who are in business class will know that on a Thursday we have our G&T Q&A every Thursday evening. And this week we didn't, partly because I'd been away for the week before, so I hadn't done a post. Hey, Wendy! All my technology is actually working today. Hurrah! So yes, so I didn't have my G&T Q&A yesterday, and frankly, it just didn't feel right. So as it's Friday, I thought, and as my husband very kindly offered to make me one as well, here I am with my G&T. Where are we now? We're nearly at 33. Wendy, I was just saying I'll get started at 33 minutes past, just to allow anyone else who wants to join us live to come and not miss out. So I may as well kick off by saying who I am. My name is Colette Broomhead and I am the founder of Business Class, my Facebook group, Colette Broomhead, the website, where I have a blog with lots of great info, and most recently Your Business Lounge, which is a membership community, and all of those different things are set up with the one focus of helping people who are working a 9 to 5 but who want to quit their job and create a business doing what they love. I feel really passionate about that, basically because that's exactly what I did. I've kind of made it my mission to try and help as many people as possible, because I truly believe that if you are able to do that, you will live a more fulfilled life, you will be happier, those around you will be happier, and the world will be a better place. So that's why I'm here. And I've been going live. This will be my 3rd day in a row of going live, and I shall be doing one final Facebook Live. Well, not final forever, but final for this little series tomorrow. And the reason for these lives is to celebrate the beta launch of Your Business Lounge, which, as I mentioned, is my membership community. It's my absolute pride and joy and my baby at the moment, and it's what I've been working on for the last few months. And I shall tell you more about it at the end of this Facebook Live. So we have now hit the 34 minutes past mark. So with one last swig of G&T, I shall get started. So you know who I am. You know why I'm doing this. Let's dive into today's topic. So today's topic is all about how you can avoid feeling all alone when you are setting up your business. This is something that I think across the board, kind of entrepreneurs, work from home people feel, because you don't get those things that you get from working in an office. You don't get that kind of office chit chat. You don't get the opportunity to kind of take a 5-minute break and have a laugh with your colleagues. You don't get that opportunity to have a moan to someone if you're having a bit of a rubbish day or something, something's happened that's you want to get off your chest. None of that is the case when you're sat at home on your own, working from your laptop. And while in many ways it's fantastic, it can feel lonely, and especially when you're just starting out. And if you've been watching these Facebook Lives, you will know that my theme is very much when you're just starting out. All of these Facebook Lives are really aimed at people who are just getting started. I think in many ways that is the most difficult time. That's when you have so much doubt, you don't really know what you're doing, you feel like you're not sure where to get started, there's so much information out there. You can feel completely overwhelmed, you can feel completely like you're in a world where you don't belong. Everything seems strange, your friends and family look at you like you're strange, and it's all a bit difficult. And so then having that extra kind of loneliness and feeling of being in it all alone, well, it doesn't help. And so I wanted to give you a few tips on how you can feel less alone and how you can actually start to make some connections, even when you are just starting out. So let's dive in to tip number 1. So my first tip is actually to look at local meetups. A lot of the connection that happens, and I think, you know, everyone is making some kind of connection, because let's face it, if you're building an online business, then chances are you are on social media, and by its very nature, social media is social, and so you will be making connections. But those aren't necessarily the types of connections I'm talking about. A lot of those connections tend to be pretty shallow, and you know, they might be fun, they might actually be counterproductive in some cases, but they're not necessarily those kind of slightly deeper connections that you need in order to feel like you're not in it alone, where you can sort of confide in someone, you can just enjoy some social time with someone and just have people there that you know you can turn to, you can have fun with, you can also turn to when you need a bit of a rant, or you just, you know, something fantastic's happened and you want to tell someone, and all of that stuff. So social media definitely is a place to be for connections, and in fact I shall be talking about that a little bit more in one of my next tips. But for this tip, nothing really beats the kind of face-to-face connection and actually meeting someone in real life. So why not look for the opportunities to do just that? There's a great thing, it's meetup.com. Go and check that out. They have meetups for just about everything, and you can check what's going on in your own local community. So depending what your business is, depending what your niche is, you might want to look for something specific to that, or you might just want to look for kind of general sort of business entrepreneurial type meetups, whatever you fancy. But have a look what's going on, and I do recommend meetup.com. You know, there are so many groups out there. And if you can't find one, then you have the opportunity to start your own. You know, again, if you watched my live yesterday, I was encouraging to start your own support group. Well, this is the same kind of thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be all about support. You know, you can start a social meetup for people who have the same sort of interest, for people who are building a business just like you. Where you can go, you can enjoy some time together, you can get to know each other on a personal level. And I think face to face, you get so much more of a connection than you ever really will online. And so that's a fantastic opportunity. And I definitely recommend, seeing where you can make connections in your own local community. And who knows what kind of opportunities that might throw up as well. So meetup.com is a great place to try. But also try kind of local notice boards, local magazines, and all that kind of stuff, just to see what's going on and get a feel for what's going on in your area. And who knows, you could find your business best friend just down the road. So that's tip number 1. By the way, let me know if you felt this, if you have felt like a bit alone sometimes, you're not necessarily actually physically alone. You may have family with you, you may have, be surrounded by friends and all that kind of stuff, but they don't necessarily fully understand what it is you're going through. And sometimes you feel a bit awkward talking about it, like they're looking at you like you're a bit crazy. Let me know if you understand that, and if that's something that you've felt. And also let me know if you have any questions. So tip number 2. Another stop for a quick twig. So tip number 2, we shall return to social media. So you actually, I mean, one of the simplest ways to make connections is in social media groups. Of course, Facebook groups being probably the most common. What I would say is filter out fluff, filter out, social media definitely gives you opportunities to make deep connections and to find real friends and to, connect on more than just a sort of very shallow level. But you need to, there's an awful lot of the shallow stuff going on as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for something deeper, you need to kind of have a clear idea of what you're looking for first. Wendy, yeah, feel really lost at times. Yeah. Well, actually, that's just reminded me. Seeing your comments just coming up has reminded me. I've missed the first opportunity to do this, but my new tool gives me the opportunity to write little comments. So, well, let's put tip. Sorry, hold on. Tip 2: social media groups. I've got to make the most of it. This is very snazzy. There we go. Look at that. Anyway, so social media groups. There are so many groups out there. So be choosy. Work out, what type of person do you want to connect with? What will their interests be that you have in common? What will their character be like? And be true to yourself, because if you're looking for someone where you can have a deep connection and where you can really get something from on a social level, then you need to, it's the same as when you're choosing your own friends and so on. So have that in mind and don't just kind of go blindly into any old Facebook group and kind of latch onto the first few people that, you start chatting to. Just be conscious of those two. There are sort of so many different levels of connection. And yes, those kind of outside, chatty levels are great. And I'm not saying don't engage in those, because they're fantastic. And these can, then very easily turn into the deeper relationships. But if you are actively looking for those kind of deeper connections, then have that at the back of your mind, so that you're kind of subconsciously sort of filtering out the people that you probably won't connect with at that level. And even when you're choosing which Facebook groups to engage with, because there are so many, and let's face it, you don't have time. I mean, I can't remember what the average number of Facebook groups that most people are a member of is, but it's I think it's close to 100, if not more. And you can't possibly have time to go into each of those groups and try chatting to everyone and working out who you want to be friends with. So pick just a couple of groups where you think you're most likely to find people that you're most likely to connect with, and then just start to put feelers out. Maybe even just say, look, is anyone else out there lonely? Would anyone else like to kind of connect socially? Perhaps have kind of Zoom catch-ups, or if you are local, meet up in person, or whatever it is that you feel would be most beneficial for you. So that is social media groups. And then my final tip, I'm just stretching out my notes here because they're not quite all fitting on the screen, which is rather sad. My final tip is paid communities. And again, this seems like a rather obvious plug for Your Business Lounge, my paid community. And in many ways it is, but it's also a very valid point, because I have found that when people pay for something, they take it more seriously and they commit to it more. When you're in a free group, you kind of flit in and out, and those relationships do tend to be, a bit more on the kind of shallow side, because you are kind of just flitting in and out. You're perhaps in there just to kind of promote your own business, and there are all those kind of ulterior motives going on. When someone is in a paid community, those ulterior motives don't seem to exist as much, if at all, I have found in my experience, because people have all paid money to get something from this community, and there is this kind of mutual understanding that you're not going to spoil it for everyone else by partaking in self-promotion or spamming or whatever it may be, all that kind of stuff that you do tend to see more of in the free groups. So have a look. Obviously, keep it within your budget. Don't go, I hate the thought of people going into debt for things like this, because, debt keeps me awake at night, the thought of debt. But look what's out there. And, you know, there is something, it's like when you join a gym, you know, when you join a gym, you're much more likely to commit because you've paid your money. And so you're going to go because otherwise you're wasting money. Whereas if, you know, you've got an exercise DVD at home, you are much more likely to just kind of go, no, not today. I think I'm going to sit and watch EastEnders or whatever it may be. And the same, I found, the same is true for these types of membership communities. I'm in a paid membership community. I'm in two kind of paid communities on Facebook. One was for an online course that I bought, and then one is an actual paid membership I'm in. And those are by far, apart from my own lovely Facebook group, the most tight-knit groups that I'm in. Everyone, it feels like family. Everyone is so supportive. Everyone is super loyal. Everyone is super friendly. And there is just that kind of feeling of belonging and sort of togetherness. So have a look what's out there and see what you can find. Which brings me to a final piece of advice when you're looking for kind of social connections, especially when they're online, but also the face-to-face ones. And that is to be you. It won't work. I mean, it's like anything. It's like online dating or anything like that. If you're trying to be someone else, if you're trying to kind of put on airs, put on pretenses about where you are in your business, it won't work. You won't get the same benefit that you will if you are just you. Oh, look at me. I'm leaving up all my, I've just realised I'm leaving up the tip number 2. I'm not very good at this. I have to get better at doing my comments if I'm going to use this tool, don't I? So tip 3, I'm a bit behind now. Paid communities. I'll get better. So yes, my final bit of advice is be you. Be true to who you are. Look for people who you know that you would genuinely connect with in real life, because those are the people that you're going to really make friends with and really have, sort of mutual support from. Don't go in to these connections with ulterior motives. Don't go in trying to sell. People will see it straight away. People don't like it, rightly so. And you're certainly not going to make any great social connections that way. And in fact, you'll probably leave a rather bad taste in people's mouths. Go in genuinely, go in making, wanting to make a genuine connection. And lastly, go in expecting to and happy to give more than you receive. Again, I mean, this is the same for any relationship, not just a business relationship, not just a kind of business friend. It's the same for any, we all want to know that there needs to be give and take in relationships. So kind of have that spirit of kind of giving as you go into any kind of connection. What can I do for you rather than what can I get out of this? What can you do for me? And you will find that you will get so much more out of the relationship if you go into it with that attitude. So that is my final tip on how you can make some great social connections for you and your business, even when you're just starting out. And of course, I will end with chatting to you about your business lounge. And I'm going to put up a little comment on the screen because I remembered to do it. Sorry, just checking I spelled that right. So your business lounge is my new membership community, and it is based on 4 key pillars. The first is school or study. And so members get access to a library of online courses and trainings so that you can have sort of self-study resources to help you progress with your business. Thanks, Wendy. The second of the pillars is support. So self-study is great, but you also need that kind of extra support if you're really going to start to progress. So that could be peer-to-peer support, but also coach-to-client support, both of which are available within the membership. We have kind of mastermind calls where everyone sort of chats together about their experiences, their challenges, their wins, and so on. And we also have hot seat calls where you get a chance to have 30 minutes one-on-one time with me to discuss a particular challenge or problem that you're going through with your business at the moment. Those hot seat calls are open to everyone to watch, so even if you're not in the hot seat yourself, you can still benefit from the discussion. And then we have regular Q&A sessions as well, so you can submit questions anytime and then get them answered in one of those sessions. So that's the second pillar, support. The third pillar is social, so what we've been talking about today. So, you know, getting people connected, getting people feeling like they're not in this alone, and, you know, helping to kind of facilitate some hopefully great business relationships. So we have a private Facebook group, we have a virtual office where you can go and hang out. We also have a forum, and if you prefer more of a kind of one-on-one type sort of social engagement, then you can register to get an accountability partner, and you'll answer a few questions about you and your business, and then we'll match you up to someone who we think will make a great fit for you, put you in touch with each other, and then you go off and do the rest. So that's social. And then the final pillar is service. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier about having that spirit of giving, and how actually if you are of service to others, you get so much benefit from that back again. So within the membership, we have a business directory where you can add your own details and then use the services and products of other members within the group. We also have notice boards, so you can make use of those, whether it be you're looking for guest posters or guest posting opportunities, to highlight a promotion that you're working on, whatever it may be. You have the use of our notice boards. And then lastly, we have member offers. So all members are encouraged to think if there is anything that they can offer other members, whether that be a discount for their own products and services, or perhaps a freebie, or a bonus if they use your services, whatever that might look like for your own business. You're encouraged to think of something. It's not mandatory, of course, but the more people that do it, the more other people, more offers from other members you can benefit from too. So that's our 4 pillars. Now, I will be launching this membership next month for £19.99. That's £19.99, I should say, per month. But this month, there is an opportunity to sign up for just £5 a month. Now, one of the courses in the school is worth £800 just on its own. So this is an absolute bargain, not even counting the coaching opportunities and all of that other great stuff that's in there. This is a no-brainer, frankly. You come in, you pay £5 for a month for 2 months, so that's £10 in total. You get access to everything, and all I ask in return is your feedback, so that I can make this membership as good as it can be. So that opportunity is on the table for probably around 1 more week, and then it will be going away until I launch for realsies next month, and then the price will be at £19.99. So if you're interested, type beta into the comments and you should receive details. If that doesn't work, because I am slightly nervous about this tech, seeing as I've had a few glitches the last day or so. If that doesn't work, let me know. Just type in the comments it hasn't worked, and I will make sure that I do get the details over to you. So that's all you have to type is beta, B-E-T-A, and you will get the details on how to sign up at £5 a month for 2 months to get access to all that great stuff. Wendy, you're in there already. Come and join us. It's going to be fun as well. It's a great learning course if you are only just starting out. Thank you so much. Thanks, Wendy. And thanks to everyone else who's watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're interested in the beta, let me know by typing beta. And also, if you're interested in subscribing for reminders for any of my future Facebook Lives, you can just type reminder, and that will subscribe you to get a message every time I'm about to go live. I think one goes out 24 hours before, and another one usually around half an hour before, unless I forget. I shouldn't do that. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I shall see you soon, tomorrow, in fact, for our final Facebook Live. Bye.